It is a world of darkness, and the warriors of Gaia fight over the fate of the world against their enemy, the cosmic force of entropy and corruption, the worm. Unbeknownst to mankind, they wage a war against the coming apocalypse, with new cubs taking up the cause to fight with fang, clave, and gun and claw. They give the worm no quarter. They give it only rage.
Returning to the scene, as you stand around the blood-soaked corpse of the bear, already having lost much of its warmth, as the blood is either already being covered with fresh snow, its scent lingers in the air, a slightly sour smell, though it's hard to gauge with the whipping wind that occasionally roils through as the snow continues to fall. Thankfully, it's quite quiet, if difficult to see.
Can anyone, navigate using the stars or something? Is that a thing?
I mean, I could try.
Sailor, maybe.
Snarls would walk towards the tree that protected them earlier and start communicating with it, saying, "What favor would you like me to do for you?"
There are many trucks. Smog coming now to the village. It hurts the air. It chokes me. And banes have been lurking in the woods. You have paid your chiminage by killing or running off that bane. Thank you, Garu.
He, feeling cross, would give a bow of the head, saying, "Where else do the Banes keep themselves? In other animals?"
I do not know. But other things dwell in these woods.
Like what?
I don't know. But the small, I am troubled by it. It always means change.
Snarls would reply, saying, "We will help you. Thank you for helping us earlier."
Your ancestors were of a noble sort. We remember.
Snarls would smile.
Oh, see, do we understand what Snarls is saying? Is he speaking English, or...?
So Gnarls is speaking English, yeah, but y'all ain't hearing the spirit.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the snow continues to cling to your fur in growing amounts.
Tara just shakes on his head.
Yeah, Darren does as well. And as the white snow leaves his fur, you can see the grey-tipped, silky fur with the brown roots underneath.
He's bouncing back and forth on his legs, trying to keep warm and keep the snow off.
If you're in his bow, it's not that bad. It's worse if you were in, Hamid or Galbro.
I'm still trying to bounce back and forth. Not only does it keep me warm, it also keeps me awake.
Hey, Snarls, what's the tree saying?
Snarls would give a final nod of the head to the tree with a smile. Before turning to Baron. Well, apparently the Bane spirits aren't an unusual thing. They're a common thing, and by any chance, what is smog?
It's, cars?
Oh, the, metal sheds on wheels?
Yeah. They breathe out, air that's kind of poison. When there's a lot of that in the air, it kind of makes a fog. And it's, Yeah, it's bad to breathe in, but humans put up with it because they can
So-
go fast in the cars.
So like smoke of worm.
Yeah, smoke of the worm.
Well, I perk up and say, it's actually carbon monoxide, which actually stimulates plant growth, but too much does fog out the air.
I mean, it's also
Can make it hard for humans to breathe.
It's also that sulfur stuff, though. No.
Yeah.
Oh god, nerds.
Hey, I went to high
Smells.
school.
Snarls' face is that of a wolf retreating. He is like, what the hell is going on?
Don't worry about it. It's just like different parts of the air that comes out of the cars.
Different part.
He would.
Parts of me are getting frozen over. We should probably stop moving.
Yeah. Wait, so what about the smog? Why are you asking about that?
It's harming the plants and the trees around.
If there's smog, there's civilization. Do you know where the smog's coming from? Like any roads or?
They've been moving through the villages and, well, for the Banes, they're kind of scattered around everywhere.
So, wait, you said there were the kin in the village, right? In the Garu?
Yeah, kin to Garu.
Right. So, let's find the road and follow some cars avoiding the village, because I don't really want to get gutted.
Snarls would nod.
Alright. Hey, you fully healed up now, man?
He would nod, kind of waving his back leg, and then the other back leg would show.
Once we get to the road, we don't know how long that walk will be. We should find a place to rest for tonight.
We can, dig in the ground, I guess, under the trees.
Tara looks to Snarls. I guess you're the, authority on living out in the wild.
Looking around, would there be any place which looks best?
You can think of a way to build a good temporary shelter, maybe even a semi-permanent one in the event you need it for more than one night. That, and you know what? Use a perception and primal urge.
Being
Hey,
in
Snarl.
Yeah?
Could your connections with the trees tell us if there's any, like, unoccupied caves or maybe a hollow tree nearby?
I can ask.
If you sleep, you should be able to hunt for food when you wake up. It is the dead of winter, so it will be difficult, but during the day it will be easier to find rabbits and maybe some winter squirrels and so forth. And if you do build a fire, you could melt snow for water. However, it would be best if you hunted, as your human companions may make it more difficult.
Okay. Snarls would return to the tree. I'd like to ask one more thing. Are there any unoccupied caves nearby?
No. The nearest one belongs to the Wendigo. And then there are the other caves. The cave to the west. A sad, tragic place.
What happened there?
That is where, so claims the spirit of wind, that pups died, and their ghosts linger on, tormented.
Tormented by what?
I'm not sure. To die is natural.
And when was this tragic event?
Years ago.
And what tribe did they belong to?
They were of the Wendigo, of Horse.
He would nod thankingly, even outstretching his arms as he gives a bow with the head, his chest even touching the ground. He would turn back to the others, saying, "Yeah, hunting at this time of night isn't going to be successful, so let's just set up camp, have our little place to stay."
Tara would shift into Krynos just to make it easier to actually, collect sticks.
Everybody who wants to contribute to building the shelter you'll be sharing should probably roll intelligence and survival. And all of your successes will be smashed together because you're all contributing to this.
I'm gonna shift to Krynos and help put that thing together.
I'm going to spend a point of willpower for an auto success.
I think I might do the same thing.
Are you a tree now?
So that was
Yes.
All right. Though it takes some time, about an hour, you manage to build frankly, what could easily be used as a permanent shelter. It could probably last even a while after you've gone away. You could get some excellent sleep as you, through gathering the cold dirt and digging out a sizable hole, managed to make a fairly rectangular space with a slightly curve to some of the walls. Then, using some dead branches and wood collected, make a roof where you can pack the dirt on top of, as well as against the walls to make a artificial door. The inside, after smoothing out the walls and clearing a couple of spaces, carving a couple of spots to sit, you even make a very rudimentary oven. Takes about another hour to get the inside set up, but by the end you have a hole in the roof, which you're using effectively an old thick tree branch as a chimney. With a makeshift oven, it would be able to cook food, but a little on the slow side. You'd have to regulate it pretty carefully. A decent sleeping space, though. You're going to be using body warmth, but it will keep out the cold. A makeshift door with a branch you can slide against it into a carved out little hole that you made with your hands, making an artificial lock. Honestly, it's a pretty fucking respectable spot.
Before we tuck in for the night, I'm going to look up to the moon for the first time.
Also, Snarls, you can recover a rage from that horrible botch.
I didn't use any rage.
In which case, never mind. You start seeing now, things are going to get uncomfortable.
Oh wait, before we go to bed, Snarls would hop to the Umbra to make sure that there's no evil spirits around them.
It's actually quite safe, and you are surrounded within your artificial cave, your fake cave, your man cave, as you might call it, considering your lupus. You are surrounded by nature that you have simultaneously removed yet kept in the same place. And everything about the cave is made of nature, which it's grateful for. There's no metals or anything of that sort.
Snarls would take a moment to thank the nature spirits for the warmth and protection that they've provided Snarls and his pack with. Then afterwards he would return back to the physical plane where he would sleep.
I'm guessing everyone is going to cuddle up to him because he has fur.
Tara would probably turn into a lupus just so that there is enough room for everyone in the little makeshift.
When you sleep, you automatically revert to your breed form, unless...
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, unless D, you have metamorph, in which case you can choose.
Interesting.
So you're going to be... Thankfully, you guys kept the blankets, cuddled up butt naked next to each other with blankets.
I will sleep in my wolf form to make this less awkward.
I'll have you know. I still have my clothes on.
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
only one.
I'm okay.
I
Wait a
honestly
minute. No,
think
didn't you change into Krynos?
Right.
Those
Yeah,
got torn to pieces.
They're still on me, kind of.
You
barely.
changed to
No.
Krynos on top of me.
Yeah, so you don't have your clothes anymore. You're all naked.
Oh, god damn it.
I honestly think that Tara might just not sleep tonight and keep guard of everyone.
Probably safe.
Yeah, she's
Ma-
just gonna be like basically closest to the exit for this little makeshift cave.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Just
give her
kind
my
of-
blanket.
Just kind of watching outside, staring out into the woods and the night sky.
That is when you would be the only one to notice that about 6 hours after having left the sept, out of nowhere, a blizzard forms spontaneously with no cause, rhyme, or reason. It is present automatically.
Do I know if that's something that the Wendigos can do?
Intelligence and occult. Yeah, you've heard some stories that they can create blizzards, which made fighting them back when a bit of a bitch.
They don't want us here.
Those fucking Wendicunts, bro, I swear.
Bro, we're trying to leave. It's not like they helped us.
Nevertheless, as day finally rears its head hours later, and you all rise to see Tara still awake, clustered near the door with a blanket wrapped around her. You're still warm inside of your shelter, thank God. Otherwise, you don't know quite why yet, but that howling wind outside would be in with you, probably with a good bit of snow. As it is, you're dry, fairly warm, and could easily start a fire. You have enough room to sit out on the carved walls that you used your claws to make some very narrow but artificial seats. And, of course, the dirt doesn't give a shit what you do, so you rise gradually, some of you waking a little later than others. Grateful for the warmth, though hungry and thirsty.
Oh no.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare,
Nightmare,
nightmare,
nightmare, nightmare.
Wait, do 3 of us have nightmares?
Yep.
I don't.
Yep.
Well, B, you're okay.
Oh, thank God.
Aaron, come with me.
Yes, sir.
You've had a horrid night's sleep, tossing and turning. When you finally wake, you don't even give a fuck that you wake up next to a naked guy and 2 wolves. Because in your dreams, you dreamt of being confined with chains of silver wrapping you all, as looking up you see the black spirals sneer. One holding out talons neon blue as they get ready to rake your flesh. You watch as with fanged beasts Fomori, you guess. They sacrifice all of you before a black monolith, and you are powerless to save your pack, powerless to fight, and you bleed out with your entrails in your hands, powerless, as your deaths are mocked.
If